up, Geeks and Geekettes? It is another episode of the Countdown City Geekcast.
I got Jericho laughing again.
We're happy to bring you this video version as well as this will be uploaded on our podcast blog as well as on iTunes or your Android app.
Yep.
My name is Steady. With me on this fantastic episode are my fellow Geekcasters. First we got Jericho. The man,
right
the myth, the legend, JC.
Hey, everybody.
And the guy that's very eager to talk about Pokemon Detective Pikachu, it's Rob.
Thank you for having me on the show this evening, Ted. I know you had to go through great lengths to reach me as I have been out solving some crimes with my little buddy Pikachu. Pika Pika. Hey, calm down. All right? This is my show today, not yours. Again, thank you for having us. We're pleased to be here and honor your show with our presence.
Joining us via cell phone
While he's playing with his Pikachu.
is the one and only Rob. Rob, we're glad you can join us, sir.
Yep.
You're welcome.
And we're also glad that Pikachu can also join us. Please bring him into the studio next time.
Yep.
Next time, yeah, I'll be sure to do that. He's munching on some snacks right now.
All right.
Very nice. We got a
This is going to be a weird fucking show.
we got a great show.
Over here.
We got a great show. We got a ton of topics that we need to cover. So, JC, what are we talking about today, sir?
First, we're going to be running down the event at the AT&T Center on March 16th. Play Live, Alamo City Leagues, I believe. They're going to be doing a big video game tournament there. The EVO 2019 official game list came out for the big tournament in August. We're going to run that down. And we are going to be announcing what we are calling the Ultimate Tournament of Villain Madness. Yeah.
What did
Badass
you
name.
just call it?
What is it called,
What did
Rob?
you just call it? It is the
Oh, the
ultimate
Excuse me.
ornament.
Put a bunch of underlines under the.
Did you say
the-
ornament?
Yeah.
I said tournament
Tournament.
The
Sound like-
ultimate ornament.
I heard ornament.
of villain madness.
We'll run that down later, give you some more details.
That's a great soundbite, Rob. We got to do that again later on.
That's a good drop for future episodes.
It sure is.
All right.
else
And
we
then
got?
we're going to be running down the trailers that just came out this week for Pokemon Detective Pikachu and X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Awesome.
sir.
So we're going to get into the first topic, which is actually an event that you need to know about, especially if you're all into gaming. March 16th, which is a little less than 2 weeks away when you're seeing this video. Play Live Nation, our good friends over at Play Live, are putting together one of the largest, most unique gamer tourneys that this city's ever seen. So from 12 to 6 on the 16th, they're going to be holding a tournament at the AT&T Center. If you're not familiar with the AT&T Center, that is the place where the San Antonio Spurs play. There actually will be a game later on that night at 7:30.
Still smells like cows right now because the rodeo just shipped out.
Rodeo's just about to ship out, yeah. So March 16th, this is what the information you need to know. It's $40 to register. You want to register as soon as possible because spots are filling very quickly. We just met with them earlier this afternoon, and this was the information that they gave us. For $40, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get 2 tickets to the Spurs game that night. You're going to get a food voucher, which includes either a hot dog and a drink or nacho and a drink. And if you sign up within the first 100 applicants, you're going to be eligible to take a free throw shot. I believe it's before the Spurs game. And you're also going to get entered into an autographed jersey raffle from one of the Spurs. I believe it's going to be LaMarcus Aldridge. But the video game tournaments you're going to have that evening are going to be Fortnite solo tournament. There's going to be a NBA 2K 5 versus 5, Call of Duty 2 versus 2 Search and Destroy, a Smash Brothers Project M, as well as Smash Ultimate.
They're still playing Project M. That's
Still
surprising.
playing Project M.
Wow.
And also Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Yes.
So
fun game.
if you want to register, if you want to get information, you need this phone number. It's 210-468-3136. That's 210-468-3136. That is the phone number for Play Live Nation. You want to ask for Chris. If Chris is not in, just any of the workers there can get you more information. But do not hesitate because, like I said, spots are filling fast, and you want to be one of the first 100, which I can tell you that they're already sort of in the last half of that. So you want to do that as soon as possible.
Are those tickets as part of the prize, or it's like because you signed up?
Because you signed up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Playing the Trailblazers that night.
Think about it. Food voucher, you get to go to a basketball game. It pretty much pays for itself.
Yeah.
Now-
$40 for game and food and playing in the tournament. That's awesome.
Playing in the tournament, how awesome is that?
Yep.
Also, if you happen to win any of these tournaments, you're going to get seat upgrades. You will be announced as one of the winners on the Jumbotron during halftime.
Nice.
And as already mentioned, you'll be entered into an autographed jersey raffle. So get registered
For
as
real,
soon
yeah.
as you can. Now, we will also be in attendance. We'll be promoting the event very early before it starts. We'll have interviews with some of the winners from that event, and we'll also do a short live countdown to the Geekcast episode straight from the AT&T Center during the tournament. How great is that?
Nice.
So we cannot wait for that. That's March 16th. The tournament is from noon to 6 p.m.
It's a Saturday, spring break
It's a
week.
Saturday.
People.
There you go. And the Spurs
No
game
excuse.
follows the event at 7:30. So what are you waiting for? Write the number down. Give them a call tomorrow. Make sure you get registered as soon as possible. JC, why don't you talk to us about Evo, sir?
Yeah, so this week on Tuesday, Mr. Wiz and Markman made the Evo announcement on Twitch. I was actually here setting up for the WrestleCast recording and was listening in, watching it, and got super excited for some of the games that they announced. So a couple of ones that have been there are coming back. We got Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. One that's new that has really kind of had a big cult following is called Under Night in Birth, Executable Latest. Very crazy, awesome animation. And it's just a really, really cool game. It's got a cult following. It was a big side tournament last year. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, of course. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. Mortal Kombat 11, which will be coming out in April.
Yeah.
They just announced Johnny Cage for that, and his trailer was hilarious.
Yeah, they
Awesome.
did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tekken 7, of course, which, by the way, Julia, and for you Walking Dead fans, Negan, just came out as downloadable characters.
Eeny, miny, miny, mo.
And, of course, in
Well,
classic
shit.
Negan style, he throws out the word shit every time he gets hit, just
Yeah.
about. So I saw a video online where he's up against the wall getting destroyed. And he's like, shit, shit, shit. It's hilarious. Soul Calibur 6, making its debut at EVO. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, of course.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a big tournament. And the one I am super excited about, Samurai Showdown,
Yes.
which I've been a fan of that my whole life pretty much. I can name just about any character. And they attached with the announcement a brand new trailer for Samurai Showdown coming out early this summer. Let's take a look.
いざ尋常に勝負お前さんが相手かい
行きます
味を見ても知らねえぜ勝負あり
That was the trailer. I'm excited. It looks beautiful. I love the art style. I've always loved the gameplay. It feels like it's going back to the original. I can't wait. So now, of course, the announcement wasn't without some controversy.
Oh, yeah.
They did announce, of course, that instead of 5 games on Sunday, they're going to have 4 for the finals, the top 8. They always do in the Mandalay Bay Event Center. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle on Sunday, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, Tekken 7, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And, of course, Smash Bros. Melee fans everywhere were pretty upset that their game is not included. It had a great 10-year run at EVO. And let's be honest, there are a lot of games that are probably deserving of going to EVO that didn't make the cut. It happens. So that's what side tournaments are for. But
Yeah.
for so many people in the Melee community to say that that Melee deserves to be there, I get it. But Smash Ultimate came out, and so many Melee Smash 4 players, are playing Ultimate. You don't see a whole lot of Twitch streams for Melee anymore. I know it's a fun game and everything, but move on, people.
Get over it.
Yeah, so
Let
there's
it go.
nothing wrong
There
with
you go.
Melee. I'm excited to see Ultimate. One thing I'm enjoying about Ultimate is that when I look up a video online, when I'm trying to watch, there is such a diversity of the characters selected.
For real.
It's, you know, when you're watching Melee tournaments, it's always the same people. It's always Fox or Falcon. It's the same characters at the top. So I'm actually very excited. I'm sure this is going to have a huge number of entrants. So now the beauty of EVO that I've always enjoyed about it, it's open for anybody to enter.
Yeah.
Anyone. So check out evo.shoryuken.com for information. EVO 2019 is August 2nd through the 4th at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center and Event Center in Las Vegas. And if you feel you got the skills, you're more than welcome to register and take on some of the best pros in the world. This is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. It's awesome to watch on Twitch. And Samurai Showdown's out early this summer. If I'm kicking ass at it, I might make the trip myself. So,
Yeah.
Go
Go for it.
very excited for it. It was
With
an
a
awesome
Geekcast
announcement.
shirt on.
With a Geekcast shirt on. I will.
Yes.
Countdown City Geeks will be my sponsor.
There you go.
That means you got to pay for my ticket.
Oh, will it? Is it?
So
What's that, Rob?
Nothing.
all right. So I'm looking forward to it. For all you fighting game fans out there, definitely check it out. It's going to be a fun weekend. The lineup, I think, is going to be awesome. Pretty diverse lineup. And then, as always, check out the side tournaments as well. So
Yeah, it's always a major event. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So good luck to you, sir.
if I make it out there, yeah, let's
Yeah,
see.
man.
If the budget says I can do it.
It's in the stars.
Yes, let's see.
And
It'll
that,
work out.
and that was the rundown for EVO 2019. We want to get into an event that we're putting on during the month of March. Everyone's familiar with March Madness and NCAA college basketball. You're probably a big follower of that, right?
Oh yeah,
So
many a March Madness poll.
yeah, how mad are you every year when your bracket gets busted?
I always have at least one team make a Final Four, so it's never that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, the Countdown to the Geekcast are doing something different. You've heard of a lot of different social media groups and a lot of different blog sites doing brackets of their own. So this year, we've been planning this for a while. Well, I have in my head. But
Like a day.
well, while he means like 2 days.
Yeah.
200 days.
Ooh.
So what we're going to be doing during the month of March is our own bracket that we are calling, what is it, Rob?
The ultimate tournament of villain madness.
Can we make a logo for this? The has to be the biggest damn word on the whole
And
thing.
With
what's the acronym?
With
Yeah.
like Rob's face on it.
Or TUTOVM for short.
TUTOVM.
TUTOVM.
Yes.
So the way it works is
It
we're
sounds
going.
like a Viking word.
TUTOVM.
So the way this is going to work is we're going to start out with our own bracket that's going to consist of 80s and 90s cartoon or animated villains from your favorite TV shows and or movies.
2D animation, people.
Yeah.
2D
hand
animation
drawn,
only.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, 80s and 90s, we didn't really get into computer animation.
Maybe the early
Well, that's why we'd
stages,
say
but you
2D
never know. So
because,
yeah.
All right. So we'll start out with 16, and we will draw these in a random order. And what we're going to do here tonight is call out the initial 16, and we have a few honorable mentions that we as a group are going to decide sort of the final 16 that are going to be placed into the tournament.
Okay.
Tournament will start every Monday each week in March, and the way winners will be decided is by fan vote. So popular vote. We're going to put polls of all the head-to-head contests, and you, the listeners or the viewers in this case watching this video, will get the opportunity to go into our Facebook page, select your winners each Monday, select your favorite character each Monday, and then winners will be announced each Friday. This will happen every week until we have our final 2 characters the last week of March, where at the end of the week we will declare a winner of the, what is it called, Rob?
The ultimate tournament of villain madness.
Is this the only reason he's on the phone, just to say that?
He's doing it very well.
Yeah, he's
He
doing
is,
very well.
yeah.
That's
You're
true.
doing a great job.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, gentlemen, I'm going to call these in no ranking or anything like that, but I'm going to call out the first 16, and then I'll give you my honorable mentions. If there's anybody we need to lose in the top 16, let me know,
All right.
and then we can choose somebody from the honorable mention list. No apparent order. Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe, Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
Oh.
Yes.
Hang on. Can we slow it down so I can write some of these down?
Write them down. Write them
Robert's
down.
down.
Googling
Write
who these
faster.
people are.
Okay, Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander, G.I. Joe. Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
Next time, gadgets.
Mr. Burns, The Simpsons.
Excellent.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Is he considered a villain though?
Is
He's
he?
trying to
I
take over
mean-
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Narf.
Oh,
Got
man.
him.
That's it. He's done.
Yep.
He just hit the mat.
Got the Kool-Aid man over there. Keep on going, buddy.
Oh, man. Next up on the list is Joker from Batman the
I'm not
Animated
trying.
Series.
I can't do Mark Hamill
Yeah.
justice. Yep.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Following Joker is Krang from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series.
Love that cartoon.
If we add Krang, you know we can't forget Shredder.
Oh yeah.
So Shredder's next on the list.
Mhm.
Following Shredder is Megatron. Cannot forget Megatron.
Yep, yep.
From Disney, from movies now, Jafar from Aladdin.
Great villain.
From The Lion King, Uncle Scar. From the Superman animated series, Lex Luthor. Or you can Justice League or whatever you
Yeah.
want.
There's so many.
From He-Man, we're going to go back into the 80s now.
Yeah.
Skeletor. Was that late 70s?
70s, 80s. I remember it as a
Yeah.
kid. I was
There
born in
you
the
go.
80s. So
So Skeletor from He-Man.
mhm.
From Dragon Ball, Piccolo.
Piccolo. Mhm.
He's not a villain. I mean, he was a villain at one point, but then he joined the good side.
Well, I'm talking about it from the villain standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay, so like season 1, Piccolo.
I heard a little bit of it. Is it the phone? Okay, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
Maybe.
Say it again.
Say what again?
There was like a little
Hang on.
static sound here. Okay.
Okay, so Rob, you're saying that might be an individual we take from the list.
I would think so. I think he's been more of a good guy than he was bad.
Well, I know who you could replace him with, but I'll let you get through the rest of the list.
All right, following Piccolo is Hordak from She-Ra.
Hold on. If you wanted to replace him, I would say Frieza.
Hang on, he's later on my list.
He's already on the. We'll get to that. Spoiler alert. He's on the list.
Okay, well you got Broly, you got Kid Buu.
Can you let us get through the?
We're
goddamn
not
list?
gonna fit every single villain from Dragon Ball Z on this list. Anywho, Hordak from She-Ra.
Mhm.
Rob, you probably weren't alive when Hordak was around.
What you call
How do
me?
you know?
From Spider-Man, the animated series, Kingpin.
Ooh, yeah.
Cannot
Yep,
forget
yep.
Kingpin. And rounding out the first initial 16 list is Frieza from Dragon Ball Z.
There you go.
Now, we get into the honorable mentions list.
Mhm.
From the X-Men animated series, Magneto,
Yes.
pretty solid villain. Also from the X-Men animated series, Apocalypse. From the Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo.
I'm just so happy you said that name.
You know, it's so funny that my daughter is getting into the Powerpuff Girls. I'm like,
That's cool.
it's great because they're not even around anymore.
Yep.
You should even have what is it? Her or what's the devil?
Her, yeah.
Her
Mhm.
should be in there too.
I thought, weren't they in developing a new series?
They did. They have it out.
I
don't
think
know
it's
if
already
still
out.
on, but
It's.
they
I'm
did
pretty
for a
sure it's
couple
been
years,
out.
a couple
I don't
years.
remember where.
Well, then it's still around, Rob. She can watch it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
From Thundercats, Mumra.
Okay, that's my one right there.
Hmm.
Ooh, all right.
I don't know.
Again from Spider-Man the animated series, Venom. From Captain Planet, Lord Scum.
Hey.
Captain Planet. He's a he.
From Little Mermaid, Ursula.
Mm-hmm.
And then from Smurfs, Gargamel.
Gargamel.
First off, Gargamel's my pick to replace Piccolo. I'm just throwing that out there.
So
So
okay,
this'll be
so
rough.
let's start with the top 16. Is there anybody outside of Piccolo you would take out?
Brain.
Really?
Brain.
Well, you
I would
No,
take
no.
Brain.
You know what? No. My pick to take out would be Scar.
I kind of second that. You guys agree?
Yeah, I
fine.
guess so.
Okay, so remove
I don't know, man,
Piccolo.
but long live
Oh.
the king.
Got chills.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
think-
didn't.
Okay, so we took out Piccolo. Took out Piccolo, took out Scar. We leaving in Mr. Burns? Is he evil enough?
He has a
So
soft
okay,
side.
so Mr. Burns, okay, yes, he is evil,
Mm-hmm.
but
Release the hounds.
let's think about this. Yes, exactly. He can't fight himself. He's too brittle.
Have you played the Simpsons arcade game? He was the
True.
final boss, and he was a pain in the ass to beat.
It's been years, but he didn't physically fight, did he?
Yeah,
Well,
he did
Yeah,
here's
in the
game,
video
yeah.
game.
here's
That
Okay,
counts.
well, let's think realistically.
I am.
'Cause
It's a game.
he's
It
not
counts.
gonna-
It's
he's
real.
not gonna fight.
all right. Take a deep breath. This
Like, I don't want
tournament,
Mr. Burns on the list, all right?
this tournament should not only be decided by who would win in a fight head to head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It could be based on popularity. It could be based on who's more clever. It could just be based on who you like more,
Okay,
who's
okay,
more
okay.
effective
Yeah.
in their franchise.
So I say we take out Crane because we already have Shredder.
Wow.
Ooh, man, that's tough.
Krang is more of a villain than I mean, Shredder's a villain too, but like he's
Krang's got the
yeah,
Technodrome.
Krang.
Oh,
yeah,
I get
man.
that. And Shredder. Okay, here's my thing about the answer. Shredder was such a badass, and then when Krang showed up, Shredder became like a
Exactly.
wuss.
He became a Robert.
Wow.
Okay, so we take out Shredder then?
I don't know, man.
How about
There-
take out was it Hordak? Hodo?
Hordak.
Hodo?
Hordak.
Hordak.
Hashtag Hodo.
Hashtag
I'm
Hodo.
good with that because I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Are you okay with this? Because you probably know Shira.
I know Shira, but yeah, I'm okay with it.
Fine. All right.
As long as Gargamel gets in there.
Mel's gonna be
Yeah, Gargamel's
pissed.
fine.
Yeah. Mel's gonna be pissed?
Mel's gonna be pissed. We took
Uh-oh.
out Hordak.
Happy wife or happy Geekcasters?
Ah, she's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we've eliminated 3. Should we take out one more?
We're not trying to replace.
We're
them all.
not trying to replace them all, but is that everybody else is a good fit? We're not gonna take
think
out
so.
Cobra Commander. We're not gonna take
No.
out Joker.
Yeah.
We're not gonna take out Megatron.
No.
Frieza. I kind of like Kingpin, unless you want to replace him with Venom.
No. That's,
Kingpin was like the main villain of that whole
Yeah.
series.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's what we've done. We've took out 3. Do we leave Jafar in?
You
I would
have
leave
to.
Jafar, yeah.
I would leave Jafar.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making
Yeah,
sure.
that's an interesting twist in there, I think.
All right, so listen, we took 3 out. Your choices to replace the 3 are Magneto, Apocalypse, both from X-Men, Mojo Jojo, who I'm probably just gonna eliminate,
Mojo Jojo.
Mumra from Thundercats, Venom, Lord Scum, Ursula, and Gargamel.
Let's go.
Okay, so I think Apocalypse should be in there.
Who are your 3, Rob?
Apocalypse, Venom, and Lord Scum.
All right, Jericho, who are your 3?
I'll say Magneto. Throw in Gargamel. And let's see. I'm gonna have to go with Mumra, dude. Even though Homeboy always lost, I mean, it's Mumra. It's Thundercats. I'm very partial. to
Thundercats.
So.
Ho!
JC, your 3.
My 3 are Ursula, Gargamel, and man,
And Mumra.
it's either Mumra or Lord Scum. I'm gonna go with Mumra. Yeah.
Dang. Okay, so let's do this. I
So
think
Mumra and Gargamel are in for sure.
Gargamel and Murmur in for sure, and I will also second. As strong as
third.
Apocalypse is, I'm probably gonna go with Magneto.
Okay.
Because Magneto was there throughout the whole series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apocalypse was a short arc.
Okay, so the 3 that
You're
we're
a short
bringing, the 3 that we're bringing in are Magneto, Mumra from Thundercats, and Gargamel.
All right.
Mhm.
It's a solid list.
Very nice. Okay, so the way it'll work is we will randomly select the 16 in no apparent order. The brackets polls, the voting for the polls will start on Monday and run through Friday. And each end of the week we'll have winners. And you can base them on how evil you think they are, how clever you think they are.
Whatever your criteria is.
Whatever your criteria
Gotta
is,
vote for 'em.
just
If
go
you want them to win.
go
vote.
for your favorite. Tell your friends, tell your family you want your characters to win, and at the end of the month we're gonna announce a champion of the, what is it called, Rob?
The ultimate tournament of villain madness.
No, it'll be going this way.
TUTOVM.
Hey, so okay, I got an idea.
What's
So
oh, no.
no.
between now and the time that you put the bracket up,
Okay.
Mhm.
What if Jericho compiles a list of the villains that are participating in the ultimate tournament of villain madness? And he
Title
does
of 'em.
so he uploads a list of their abilities or what they're known for, and so that way people can kind of have like
You get that much time?
I think so.
I
Starts
figure
Monday,
80s
but
and
okay.
90s people would know this crap.
Yeah.
But
You
okay.
don't know.
Robert's like, I don't know who any of them are.
Yeah,
so.
Jericho, you have no life is basically
Yeah.
what Rob is saying.
Exactly.
Can you do like really detailed videos like
Yeah.
Pokemon style where it's like back and forth and
Pros,
do, like,
cons.
little-
Yeah, I'll knock those
abilities.
out. Yeah.
awesome.
Nice.
Cool. That's what now we're talking.
All right, so we can't wait to start that. It's going to be a very fun March Madness. I'm not going to do the whole title again. And now what we need to do is talk about a few of these trailers, starting with
Yeah,
the
but-
Pokemon Detective Pikachu trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just?
Pika.
There he is.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and start out with. I was already going to see this movie,
Mm-hmm.
but the fact that the animation, the style of the characters, 90% of the characters is so good, and they look just so great. And I was not sold on Ryan Reynolds being the voice of Pikachu when this was all announced.
I don't think a lot of people were.
But now I am totally sold.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining as hell, and I can't wait to see it. JC, why don't you give us your initial thoughts on the trailer or your favorite part of the trailer?
I just enjoyed all the Pokemon that made appearances in that trailer. And I was just like, oh my God, Lucario, Greninja, Mewtwo.
There's very few that we
Mewtwo.
didn't see. I
Yeah,
think.
very few. I feel like you're going to get the whole cast, but Mewtwo was an awesome surprise.
Okay,
Dude,
hold
that
on.
was awesome.
So let's stop here. I'm going
Okay.
to ask you, and I'm going to ask the rest of the guys, is it something they should have kept secret for the movie?
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
it definitely.
I say no.
Hold on. We got 2 yeses and we got a no.
Okay,
from
well, I have a
Jericho.
maybe on that, but yeah, we'll go with it.
This okay. Jericho's saying no, but that's because this is his first exposure of Pokemon.
Okay, I
Okay.
had red and blue when they first came out.
He
He
knows
plays
that.
Smash
and I
You
Brothers.
had
Brothers.
red
The
and blue.
cards.
What? Red and blue pills? Get out of here.
He has a Switch with Smash Brothers, so he's been playing with Pokemon.
Yeah,
Boom.
man.
Wait, that sounded
Boom.
bad.
I actually choose the Pokemon trainer 90% of the time because he has not only Squirtle, but he has Bulbasaur, actually Venusaur and Charizard. So
Oh
he doesn't
man,
even
I'm
know his
gonna own
Pokemon.
you when
Those
we
aren't
play.
even real Pokemon, Jericho. You're not a real fan. Get
Oh
out of here.
God, I'm gonna own you when we play Smash Brothers. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
that's all right.
That's fine. Bring it. Okay. Anyway,
Ladies,
Ooh, He
ladies.
just said he's gonna own your ass.
I'm gonna say okay. As a fan, you want them to hide that and keep it a secret, but I think that there really hasn't been a whole lot of marketing push on this movie. Everyone kind of crapped on the first trailer. They had to do something to get some people's interest in this,
Right.
and I feel like they had to reveal a lot of the cast that's going to be in there. Now, I think deep down there are some Pokemon that they didn't reveal that are going to be surprised in the movie as well. So
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of surprises.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jericho said no, and I'm probably gonna say no as well, just
Mhm.
because without knowing much of the plot, showing Mewtwo gives you a little bit of the story away.
yeah, you know he's involved. So
You know he's involved.
Yeah.
You know he's part clone, or he was created in a lab, and now you can kind of start putting pieces together. So I think if you hide him, then you're eliminating a lot of what the fans are anticipating the plot to be. Is that why you said
Well,
no?
And yeah, part of that, and then also everyone's going to be expecting Mewtwo to come out. And if, let's just say he wasn't in the movie at all, then people might be going to the movie just to see Mewtwo, and then he doesn't come out, and it's like, okay, what the hell? So they wanted to kind of let fans know, like, hey, Mewtwo's in the movie. I've seen some videos of some theories and everything of what's going on. And, of course, we don't know the plot, so I don't think it was a bad idea to have Mewtwo shown.
To me, it
And
was
it's brief.
it was kind of similar to when they revealed Wonder Woman in the Batman vs Superman trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, some people thought, "Oh, keep that a secret," but that sparked up even more interest for the
Mhm.
movie. It got people to go.
Well,
so
I thought they should have kept Doomsday secret, is what I thought.
Doomsday
Oh,
probably should have been
yeah.
kept a secret. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah,
Or they should have kept Hulk a secret in Thor Ragnarok, because how great
Yeah.
would it have been if fans see Hulk not thinking he was going to be in it at all?
hmm
So, Rob, your thoughts on the trailer, your favorite part, or you already said they should not have kept Mewtwo a secret, right?
Yeah, my favorite part was when Charizard almost eats Pikachu as
Yes.
Pikachu's falling. Oh
Yeah.
man, I want to see how he gets out of that. But no, I feel like he should have been kept secret. But at the same time, hearing y'all's perspective right now kind of changes my perspective, because I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, that's
rare.
a good point.
I
Like
know,
I think,
nobody
Very
can convince Rob of anything.
That's
Yeah.
like Mewtwo rare.
Mm-hmm.
See what I
yeah,
did there?
exactly.
I see what you did there.
Boom.
Yeah.
Pokemon
Yeah,
puns.
like it enticed me even
Pokepuns.
more to want to
Hashtag
go
nerd.
see it. And I'm pretty sure. Can I talk, guys, or are y'all having your own
We're
little side
listening. Go ahead.
conversation?
Go ahead.
We're
Or
listening.
is this phone call over?
No, we're going. Keep going.
All right. So, yeah, seeing Mewtwo in there was definitely a good tease, and it enticed me to want to go see it even more, which I'm pretty sure was the goal set out when they released this trailer, was to get more people excited.
Sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, we all agree.
I just
Yeah.
want to see Pikachu
Pikachu.
in a Deadpool costume at some point in this movie, just
Oh,
as
that
a
would
nice
be
little.
cool.
There's gotta be one
Some little fourth wall thing.
reference.
Maybe when
Yes.
he's going through like his closet to see what outfit to wear,
Yeah,
Or
and it's
something.
in there,
Just
and
throw,
then
like,
he just gets the
Green
the
Lantern,
yeah.
Deadpool. Just throw it out
That would
there.
be awesome.
There you go.
The movie looks great, man. I'm excited.
It
It,
just
it has a solid cast too.
yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
cast, and I just think it looks highly entertaining. And my favorite part is just when Pikachu walks into the arena about to face Charizard, and before Charizard comes out. He's like, I've done this before, I can do this again. And he's just sitting there in the middle of everybody. He's like, oh, I can't do it when people are watching. That's just
it just looks so cool.
that's great. That's just great.
The fact that it's a live
Entertainment.
action,
That's great
Pokemon,
comedy is what
yeah,
it
we
is.
haven't had that. Yeah, great
Yeah,
comedy. and
definitely.
Yeah. for
Another
sure.
one of those things we always wanted as a kid. Now we're getting it. as
I do
adults.
want to
Yeah.
see a very corny Team Rocket. I want them to come out. I want them to be
Oh,
super
man.
cheesy.
I don't know.
That
Are
would be
you-
kind of a great cameo.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
you just hear them in the background or something, or you just hear like their motto going off or something.
Well,
and
I'm
You know-
wondering.
you
if
know-
it knocks them out.
Jesse was always pretty attractive.
All right.
It's getting weird. It's getting weird. Do you guys expect to see any characters from the original series other than the Pokemon?
I think maybe like some references, maybe like an Easter eggs or something like that.
Yeah.
Little things here and there. Maybe like some video pictures or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if we'll see anyone else really from the old TV series, unless there's like adult versions of them. I have no idea. So that'll be tough. I mean, it'd be a great thing, but it's gonna be one of those little cameos or Easter eggs kind of things that I think they'll put in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mhm.
So that's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
entertaining. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. And Ryan Reynolds can pretty much do whatever the hell he wants now. And Pokemon Detective Pikachu will be out May 10th.
Mhm.
I found that information all out by myself.
Breaking news.
Liar.
Dun 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 dun. All right.
Right.
And finally, getting to another trailer that came out this week, X-Men: Dark Phoenix, which hits theaters June 7th. But
Fox's last hurrah.
oof, yeah. Well, probably because
Yeah.
New Mutants is never going to see the light of day.
No.
Poor guys.
Oh, jeez. Which,
No, that serves
Could
them
happen
right.
if
Real
Disney's
quick.
like, you know
Serves
what,
them
let's
right.
do it.
hold on, real quick. New Mutants, like that first trailer was like really impressive, and I was like, I'm gonna be down for this horror genre mutant movie. And now rumors are it's gonna get pushed back even further, and even more rumors are that this won't ever hit theaters. That they'll probably just
It's going to be shelved.
drop
It's
it on a
permanently gonna be
streaming
shelved.
service or something.
It's gonna be one
And
of those
it's-
movies
it
that
serves-
leaks years down the road. or
It serves
something.
them right because
Oh,
first
serves them
off,
right.
Oh
No.
man,
Oh,
Hold
we got
on,
we got a
hold on.
Disney enthusiast here.
yeah, or like a board member. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Dick. All right, go ahead.
because first off, they're making it into a horror movie, which not a problem.
Okay.
But if they're trying to make it to where it wasn't somehow like associated with X-Men and Marvel and all that stuff, so besides the word mutant being used
Mhm.
and New Mutants, so it's like they had that in the trailer. It did look good. I was intrigued.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the fact that they wanted to be that ambitious and then it's like it crapped on them, you know, so it totally messed them up, and so then they get pushed back, and now all the drama and everything that they're having, it's like, why just give up? Just like, nah, just do it. Just like with the Gambit movie, I wanted to come out, but I want it to be done right.
We're
so,
sorry, man. We're sorry.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So back
You know,
to
you know what really? No, I'm just kidding.
you know what grinds my
Yeah,
gears.
you know what
Really
grinds
grinds
my
my
gears.
gears.
Back to the Dark Phoenix trailer, which just came out. I'm actually glad about one aspect of it, is that it's a little more closely tied to the original Dark Phoenix saga.
Thank God.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not going to be the vast number of characters that we saw in the Dark Phoenix saga, but at least it's not anything like X3: The Last Stand, which just killed
That was
every,
an Oscar-worthy movie. What are you talking about?
horrible, which just like murdered everybody.
Yes, because Bryan
and
Singer
had-
left X-Men to go to Superman Returns.
Yeah,
Great job there, Brian.
Too soon.
it's all
I'm
good.
sorry.
I don't give Singer a lot of credit that I think most
Hey,
people do,
At,
but
at least he came back and did Days of Future Past, which was
which
amazing.
like
Yeah, so-
screwed up
Just
the
terrible-
entire
terrible as
timeline.
No, it didn't. It reset. McAvoy or
reset, yeah,
Stewart. These
exactly.
timelines are so confusing. It changes it.
they pulled the Last Jedi and said, you know what, we're just gonna throw stuff on the screen and hopefully like fans will appreciate it.
and
but
it's worked.
And it
it
works.
It's
screwed
been
up
working.
everything.
Thank
No.
God. It has to happen. Star Trek did it too.
They didn't no. Star
Mhm.
Trek rewrote history. X-Men: Days of Future Past brought back Xavier without any justification or reasoning whatsoever.
Mhm.
Gave Wolverine back his adamantium claws. Never showed how that happened.
Okay, and Star Trek did the same thing by having an alternate universe. Or
In a
alternate
way, this did
timeline.
rewrite
They
history.
rewrote history.
So
Exactly.
did Days of Future
They
Past.
didn't explain how they but
They
they
did.
they didn't
Yes, they did.
they did not rewrite the past.
Okay, in the original
How did
X-Men
how did
timeline.
Xavier come back?
What if as far as what?
How did he come back in Future Past?
What do you mean? How did he come back?
How did he come back at the end of the Wolverine film, and then that led into
Nobody
Days of
acknowledges
Future
the
Past.
Wolverine film.
not the
They-
first one, the
but
second one.
But Days of Future Past basically rewrote. It basically rewrote history, rewrote the timeline.
Because in the original timeline, we don't see Phoenix at this point.
No, but
Thank
you
you.
guys are getting like already past the actual plot of the movie, and yes, it did rewrite history at towards the end of the movie. But
Okay.
I'm saying the fact that we just got there, Wolverine already has his adamantium claws on.
Mm-hmm.
They never explained how Xavier came back in the first place. He just said, "Well, I'm powerful," and then that was it.
How do you say it?
Well, I'm powerful. I can't talk like Patrick
you
Stewart.
Nailed it.
Yep, you can take over.
You know who does sound more like Patrick Stewart nowadays is James McAvoy. Did
He
y'all
does.
notice that?
I
in
did
the
notice
trailer?
that. Yeah, sounded a lot more like him.
I mean, he can do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He can do whatever.
they're doing next generation remake. Maybe he'll be the captain.
Yes.
Some of the things that I noticed.
You did?
Phoenix poster. Sophia
Sucked.
Turner's character.
I gotta say this.
Hang on.
I gotta say
Caster
this.
critic here.
Rob has always been anti X-Men.
Why?
Really?
I don't know why, but he's as far as the movies, he's always been anti X-Men. He's hated them.
Okay. Did you like the cartoon?
Yo, yeah. Dude, I love
Okay, I was
the
gonna say, did
cartoon.
you like the cartoon? Or you just like the theme music? Which one was it?
No, dude. I love the cartoon, especially when Spidey swung in and saved their asses.
Okay, of course.
Outside of the cartoon, outside of the games, he's absolutely hated the X-Men
Dude,
movies.
did
Why?
y'all play the X-Men game on Sega Genesis? That
Dude.
shit was hard.
Nobody
It was
owns a
not
Sega.
hard. I owned a Sega.
Dude, it
I
was
don't, but
so
I
hard.
owned
Super
a
Nintendo
Sega.
por vida. Still have it upstairs.
But
Yeah.
my Raspberry Pi, Robert, that I have at the house, it has the
Mhm.
X-Men game on there,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
it's
does it?
awesome. Yeah,
Damn,
but you're not going to be able to play it. Sorry.
Best X-Men game is still the 6-player
Oops.
arcade game with 2
Ooh,
TV
yes.
monitors. Anyway.
I was an asshole in case you didn't.
Okay, so you didn't like any of the movies.
You didn't like any of the movies at all.
Lies. I
The original.
I enjoyed the first two.
Yeah.
Okay. And then?
No ending.
No First Class, no Days of
And
Future Past,
then-
nothing? Man,
You know, I mean,
he's related to y'all.
this is
Yeah.
well. Hold on, he's not that
He's not my
wrong.
blood, so-
Okay.
Ever since X3, they really haven't had a winner. Like people really liked First Class,
Mhm.
Heck yeah.
but I don't think it was as great. Like fantastic #1
It was-
comic
it
book
was
movie of all
underrated. It was
time.
very underrated. I absolutely loved it.
I thought it was an okay movie, and Future Past wasn't good because of all the reasons I stated. And then
You're shitting on my favorite
the one
X-Men
that
movie.
Yeah.
the one that came after that was Apocalypse. You know how bad Apocalypse was? We didn't review it. That's how bad it was.
I just
We
figured
were
y'all.
just
Well,
busy.
okay.
No,
We were-
did you
In
even see it, Bob?
Apocalypse's
Oh, I saw it
defense,
many
y'all
times.
procrastinate a lot.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Okay.
No, we
We totally
focused
did.
on the winners. That's what we did.
No, jeez. So then, why did you review Last Jedi?
Oh.
Given your opinion.
Because this guy loves it,
Oh,
I'm just
man.
saying.
and I needed to make sure people understood why it was a bad movie.
Whoa,
Wasn't that bad.
JC, you better know your role
I'm
and
bring it.
shut your mouth.
okay. We'll play Street Fighter upstairs, and I'll kick his ass. and then
So
we'll settle
back
it that
to
way.
Dark
No,
Phoenix. the
we'll play
trailer.
Mortal Kombat upstairs, and I'll kick your ass.
I got Mortal Kombat too.
How are
Bring
you
it,
gonna
fool.
play upstairs? Y'all are in different parts of the city.
It's coming to my house. I got it right here.
You know what the beauty is of today's technology, Ted?
What's that?
We
Oh,
do
you
not
have
have to be in the
MK11?
same house. We do not have to be in the same house to
Why did
play against each
you
other.
I get that, Rob, but you definitely need to upgrade your internet. Dial-up is so 10 years ago.
You said
'Cause he uses
upstairs.
the
and-
grande.
Rob, you said upstairs,
fake
and you don't have an upstairs.
Some may argue that I do.
Okay, but you don't live there. Somebody else does. This is getting way off topic.
That's okay. Keep going.
Dark Phoenix.
Yes.
Okay, the biggest thing we need to talk about is the Mystique death that is implied. Do you think Mystique is going to die in the movie, Jericho?
Oh, man.
I don't think it's implied.
Hang on, hang
It-
on.
No, it is totally implied.
Hold on,
It
hold
is
on.
implied.
No,
Do
it's
you think
not.
she's going to die in the movie?
I don't think she's gonna die.
All right. Do you have
Clearly
anything
she
to
doesn't
support
die.
that or no?
I
Any
have-
more thoughts on that or no?
I have nothing to support it, but I think, as far as like evidence, but yes, it is implied that she's dies. Not Mystique. Jean even says like she was my friend. You know, why did I do that? All that stuff.
Because she's a crazy bitch.
He's done.
I
Rob,
don't,
But, okay.
I don't know who is gonna die. If it is Mystique, fine. But I just part of me doesn't think it's her.
Rob, do you think that Mystique is going to die in this film?
No, she grows up to become Magneto's #1 boo.
Okay.
I don't know. The timeline reset.
Very nice. And
Just throwing that out there.
JC, do you think that Mystique is going to die in this film?
Well, I'll tie this into the one complaint I had this trailer is that as great as it was, I hope they didn't reveal the entire plot of the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say, no, she's not going to be the one to die. I think it is going to be someone else that we don't see coming.
Okay.
And if I had to guess, I think it's going to be Storm.
Oh.
So you said no.
I say no. I think it's going to be Storm.
Rob says no.
It-
And JC
I
and
say-
Jericho says no.
I say no, but why would it be Storm?
It's somebody you just don't see coming. I'm
Well-
sure they built up a bond together since
But
the
she
last
says
movie.
it. Well, okay, because that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. She says like, "Oh, she was my friend. Why did I do that?"
Yeah,
So,
they've built
okay.
up a bond since the Apocalypse movie. Obviously, she's in the X-Men now. They've been. This is like 10 years later. First of all, I cannot wait for Quicksilver's 90s run through slow motion scene, and I can't wait to see what song they pick for that.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm ready for the 90s nostalgia that I'm gonna get from this.
If I had to take one good solid guess at who dies or what dies in this movie, it's
What
going to
dies?
be
That's
Jericho's podcast career.
Oh wow!
Oh
Alright.
man,
Got him.
got him.
Oh, I almost
Got him.
He was
Hey,
was listening so closely
I
to
know.
what you're gonna say.
This is where you gotta, add into the video like flames underneath Jericho. Burn.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I think I'm done.
So for you
I'll
viewers,
get you on the WrestleCast. It's all
There you
good.
go.
for you viewers out there, spoiler alert or big spoiler alert sign. So if you don't want to know if Mystique lives or dies, like mute this right now in 3, 2, 1. Mystique dies in the movie. So the
How do you know? You've seen it?
the director went and did an interview and confirmed
Oh my
what we're all talking about.
See, I read that. I just didn't know if it was legit or not.
So,
So I'm like throwing it out.
Simon.
So he pulled the Tom Holland, basically.
No,
Yeah.
Tom Holland does stuff by accident. Simon Kinberg, the director for the movie,
Poor Holland, he does do it by accident.
the director for this movie went and did an interview, and the first question was like, "So, what about this?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, definitely," or "No, that's not gonna happen." He gave the answer in the interview because it's no longer a secret. They don't want it to be a secret. They laid it pretty much almost completely out there in the trailer. So now we actually know for sure. But
Damn
if it helps ease your pain, gentlemen, he says there's going to be a lot of major deaths. So
Okay, great.
That doesn't help.
That's like saying,
Phoenix.
hey, who's gonna die in Infinity War? Everybody.
Phoenix, well, Mark Ruffalo did that too.
Okay.
so
Well,
that's why he's not a part of Marvel anymore.
okay. So potentially Storm could die too, is what we were seeing from basically.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, that's what he pretty much said. That everyone's on the chopping block. It could be anybody, and there's going to be more major character deaths to go along with it. So, other
Okay.
than that,
I'm
Do
like,
you think we
I'm-
get a Wolverine return? That's another question.
I'm
'Cause
legit getting sad now. I'm like thinking they're like, who can we spare?
oh man,
Can't spare any of them.
well,
Look
you
at that tear.
I think finally they'll spare Cyclops to the end.
So he's still gonna die, but you're saying just wait till the end.
No, spare as in he'll live.
Oh, okay.
Cyclops has to live. I mean, that was a big
Well,
component
you
of the
say
Dark
has to, but
He
he didn't live in
X3.
X3.
Okay, well,
That's why it was such a
That was a
shit
terrible way to
movie.
die too.
yeah, well, but they killed him so that he could go be the pilot. Superman Returns again. Thanks a lot, Bryan Singer.
Was he really?
Yeah.
he was.
I did not know that.
That's why they
He-
killed
he
him early.
was-
He's like,
he was
hey, yo, I
Lois's
gotta go film
boyfriend.
this movie, so peace. Just kill me early.
Yeah,
You know, that's basically what happened.
very
God
nice.
damn it, Singer.
Okay, so he's in a lot of trouble right now, so
That's
don't
a
worry
lot
about
of bad
As
memories
good
over
as-
there. All right.
it.
As good as your movies are, that really did piss me off.
Here's what I will say. The
as
trailer, okay, all that. The
over-
trailer looked great. I know a lot of people have kind of shit on this movie because there's news about so many reshoots and they're worried about this, worried about that. You know what? Just give me a good movie. Just get the
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix saga right. This is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, time stories in the X-Men universe.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
if you
for
will.
sure.
Yeah,
It's the biggest X-Men story.
Mhm.
I honestly cannot tell you what was the last X-Men movie I saw, but I am pretty excited to see this one.
Okay. Cool.
It does look good.
You didn't see Apocalypse?
No, I didn't.
You know you're gonna have to go back and watch all the First Class and Beyond to catch up now, right?
Why?
It's all
Okay.
tied
Just,
together.
just so
You
you
have
know
to,
who
it's tied
everyone
together.
is.
Yeah.
Is it?
Everything's tied together, right?
I
We gotta
thought
watch
they
all
were
of them.
trying to just start fresh.
They started fresh with First Class.
You have to go watch
Oh.
all of them, Rob, because they're all
Yeah.
tied together.
Yeah.
I guess I'll figure it out. I
You
guess.
definitely the biggest ones are X-Men Origins Wolverine and the Wolverine. Those are the biggest ones.
And
related
even
to this.
Deadpool 2, because they make a cameo in Deadpool 2.
That's true.
I saw Deadpool 2 and they were
That's-
not in there.
Okay,
No, they
first
were.
of all, the
They
ending.
were in there.
They were in there.
They were in there.
It was quick.
I love how
At the
Rob's
end?
like.
Yeah, no,
so-
in the
Rob's
middle
like,
of the
"Hold on,
movie."
let me go watch it,
It
right
was-
now.
It was.
In the middle of the movie when
it was-
he was in the mansion.
It was. Yeah, it's closer to the.
Oh, yeah,
you go.
And it was
Okay.
the
That's
actual
right.
actors,
Yes.
everything, not
Yeah,
like.
but they closed the door, right? It was like
Yeah.
Yes.
But
that
it-
was.
yeah.
And then they explain it in one of the other movies, but we can't. You have to watch them.
Yeah, you
have
gotta
to,
watch.
You have to see how that all ties together.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
because
percent.
the Days of Future Past and all that, they take place before the original X-Men movies, so you got to watch these first, and then the X-Men
Mhm.
1, 2, and 3. And yes, you have to watch 3.
Yes.
God, that was so bad.
Dude,
It was
Hey,
really
Mary.
bad.
marathon. Knock it out in a weekend.
Damn right.
That's like gonna be torture.
Just knock it out. You got it.
You can do it.
All right, so who can send me a list of the timeline in which the movies were supposed to take place?
Oh boy. You got to watch them in the order they release because of the way the timeline gets reset, buddy. It just makes more sense that way.
Or
Oh,
I
shit.
mean,
You got to puzzle it together.
they
it's like a
were-
Zack Snyder.
they were
puzzle.
released in that order, but if you want like,
Sorry.
stop.
What is going on? Over
If you
there?
want the official timeline, like I think Jericho,
We're gonna make him draw that shit too.
I'm gonna make Jericho draw out like a timeline, and then you can watch
Yes, I want a complete
like a
diagram
Right.
of
Jericho.
Cite your sources in a Chicago style. Make sure you include footnotes and bibliography.
yes, please.
I'll
Yes.
do this in a presentation style. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get together.
And we need a 20-slide PowerPoint explaining everything.
And a laser
There
pointer.
you go.
Yes.
That'll work. I'll knock that out this weekend too.
All right.
Okay, I have one final question regarding the X-Men for you gentlemen. It's actually
Sure.
a serious one because it
Okay.
has nothing to do with this movie.
All right.
Can any of this cast, from Professor X all the way to Nightcrawler, can any of this cast be salvaged for the MCU? Rob, we'll start with you. Would you salvage anyone from this cast, or should they just recast everyone for the MCU?
Say that again.
if you had to keep anyone from the Days of Future Past movies, the X-Men First Class movies, as far as characters,
The current
actors,
cast.
from the current cast of
actual
X-Men.
cast, would you, and to transfer them over to the MCU, would you do that? Like,
Or would you just
recast all of
recast?
them?
I it's kind of hard to say because I didn't see any of those. I mean,
So this is a to be determined on Rob because he's got to go
There
watch
you
those
go.
movies. Yep.
yeah.
So do the marathon first, and then get with us.
Yeah.
We'll include
Yeah.
it in another episode.
And
Yeah, I'll have
Jericho
to
will
do
put
that.
those movies in the right order.
Yeah.
Jericho, would you salvage any of this cast, or would you just recast everyone for the MCU?
The obvious one for me is going to be Quicksilver,
Okay.
because
But he
for
was
one-
already in the MCU though.
well, for one, so we did lose
Because he's dead.
MCU
Yeah.
Quicksilver.
Sorry.
For now. For now.
Maybe
That's true. He could go
with-
back in Endgame. That's
yeah,
true.
maybe with Endgame, maybe it'll be like, oh, we didn't have the right Quicksilver.
Hey, your clothes are
Here's the
different.
real one.
Are you sure? Because that guy was kick-ass. Yeah.
Trying to think. I do like Beast. I like the guy playing Beast. I forget his name. They're all
Yeah.
good though.
Beast.
Beast.
That was Beast. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Beast, as Beast.
Oh my
That was
god.
Papa Smurf.
Yes. Nailed it.
I think I would love to keep McAvoy as
Xavier.
Professor X. Yeah, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think they would do it, given that he's the younger version.
Hmm.
He's getting older.
He's.
getting
I
older,
mean,
yeah.
he could portray an even older Professor X if he wanted to.
Yeah, but then
He's
that-
looking
makeup
older.
and
He's
all
looking
that
older in the
stuff.
trailer. He's looking
you
more
know what-
aged.
You
so.
know what people were saying was that there's a part of the trailer where they de-aged him using like computer graphics.
I'd believe it.
Did you see that anywhere?
Like in a flashback sequence.
I have no idea.
I have to see
Oh,
it.
that's probably where it happened.
Yeah.
Even
Which-
though he looks the exact same, he looks like he hasn't aged at
Well,
all.
in the scenes where he's got the bald head down and more like Patrick Stewart, you could tell they kind of did some age makeup on him just a little bit.
Sure.
So
I'm gonna have to watch it again.
All right, so finally for you, would you salvage anybody in this cast or just replace someone for the MCU?
McAvoy definitely. Charles Xavier. Now
Yeah.
I am holding out hope that Hugh Jackman will appear as Wolverine because he still at least made one appearance, and I'm deep down I can't see anybody else playing Wolverine. Even though there's a meme out there thinking that Michael Cera could play Wolverine because he doesn't age.
That would
but
be awesome.
if Hugh Jackman makes an appearance, I can't see anybody else playing Wolverine, and I would hope that he continues to play Wolverine in the MCU. Obviously, I really hope that Deadpool makes an appearance, just to drop the F-bomb once, give it the PG-13 rating.
There you go.
As far as anybody else on the main cast, I would salvage. I actually like Ty Sheridan as Cyclops.
Yeah.
He's a
and
good Cyclops.
and I really hope he stays on into the next MCU films if they keep it going. So
Ty Sheridan, who's going to be a guest at this
Celebrity
year's
Fan Fest.
Celebrity Fan
Mhm.
Fest.
Well, Storm.
Yeah.
And
Storm, I really need to see how she is in this
yeah,
movie
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
She
before I
hasn't
decide.
had enough
Yeah,
moments to shine.
she hasn't had enough. Psylocke, is Psylocke going to be in this movie? That's another
They
thing.
didn't
kinda
show
left that
her,
open.
but I'm hoping she does.
Yeah,
I-
I love Olivia Munn, and I loved her as Psylocke.
Well,
She trained
I was gonna
hard
say,
for this.
given the amount of training she did, like,
Yeah.
they didn't show her do much.
Yeah, and
I
I
was just about to say that. They didn't give her
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
to do, so why bring her back at all?
Yeah.
she wouldn't be a bad villain to have in the MCU
Yeah.
side either after
Yeah.
Endgame. So, yeah, okay,
Mhm,
yeah.
yeah.
That's right. So that's
Alright.
where I'm going with right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, it's a tough decision as well. I would love to keep James McAvoy as Charles Xavier because I think he can do whatever the hell he wants in any role you ask him to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to keep Fassbender as Magneto, but I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
Fassbender, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
forgot
sure
about
he
that.
has better things to do.
What if he dies?
Which it's kind of also sort of implied that he might actually. No, he's in the trailer enough to where he probably survives most of the movie.
She
Yeah.
looked like she was about to snap his neck,
Oh
though.
man,
I mean,
crushing him with his own helmet.
yeah, that'd be insane.
Yeah.
True.
So,
But I'd love to keep those two guys,
yeah.
and I do like the young cast. But if you throw them in the MCU's sort of already gotten to like a very late stage in the timelines and whatnot. I mean, we're probably gonna lose Cap or Iron Man pretty soon.
Don't you
So
say that,
Yeah.
man.
I feel like Endgame's going to reset so much, too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
So
yeah.
we'll see what happens, but I love to keep the young cast, but I don't want like an overly young X-Men
Right.
compared to already sort of aged Avengers team.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
I
true.
want some sort of
Well,
balance.
they could be the new Avengers.
Well, the new Avengers isn't consist of any of the X-Men except for Wolverine.
Well, I'm saying,
No.
but they could, technically they could be there.
You think they could potentially bring back somebody from the old cast?
I don't know. I don't think the old casters would do it either. I think they're already too far
Too
Old.
far, but yeah.
too far beyond. You really need somebody in that mid early 30s
Okay.
kind of stage.
Most of the cast for the MCU, some of them are in their 50s, especially the top guys.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's my only problem is that I don't want to keep those MCU guys who are already sort of accelerated in their age or that timeline and compare them to like this really young X-Men
Yeah,
team.
that's true. Big
The
difference.
X-Men team is supposed to be like formidable against
Yeah.
anyone,
Okay.
and I just don't want to seem like the pros against the JV high school team.
Yeah, I got you.
Pros
So
versus stars.
I would love to keep the X-Men as much as possible because it's a great cast, but when you compare them to sort of the characters already in the MCU, it's just hard to see that dynamic between the two with the ages so drastically different. But yeah, so that was all of our topics for this episode. Now we're gonna get on to something these guys don't really know about.
Oh boy.
It is a secret segment
Uh-oh.
that we've done many a times
It's
before.
a secret to everyone.
You
Take
know it
this.
as The Geek is Right.
Oh boy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Pam, pam, ba-da. Oh, wait, what song is it?
Wrong show.
All right, for those of you watching or listening to this podcast,
What are we playing for, Bob?
The Geek is Right pretty much has Price is Right rules. I'll ask a question. These three individuals, especially Rob on the phone, we can hear if you're typing, Rob. They must answer the question. Oh, crap.
Oh boy.
He already ran over to the computer.
That
Uh,
wasn't him typing.
I will ask a question, and they will provide an answer, and the person closest to the answer without going over will gain a point. The person with the most points at the end of the game will win and become our champion for this episode of The Geek is Right.
But what do we win, Bob?
Yeah.
Bragging rights until the next episode.
I think I am the current champion.
You did beat Elliot, so I will give you that.
Yes.
Yeah, he was really upset about that. And you know what? Didn't you and him play as well?
Did we play a Geek is Right?
You and him did a
I
Geek
thought
is
we
Right.
played a.
Oh, high-low game.
Yeah.
We played a high-low thing.
Rob,
that
you
was
haven't
different.
played a high-low game, Rob.
Yeah.
Technically, Hilo is a Price is Right game.
It is not.
It's not.
is.
It's high or low. It's over under. Sports betting.
It's a different name.
Yes.
That is not trademarked. So, let's get on with the first question. We will start with Rob, who's joining us via satellite. Rob, closest without going over, when was the first animated appearance of the X-Men? What year?
Hell if I know. 1993.
All right, Jericho, let's go with you next.
92.
And JC, closest without going over, the first appearance in animated series of the X-Men.
I think both of them are over, so I'm just gonna go really low and say 1980.
All three of you gentlemen are over.
Oh boy.
So before 1980, Rob, we'll go back to you, sir. First appearance of the X-Men in animated form.
1974.
All right, Jericho
77.
and JC.
1965.
Correct answer is 1966, giving JC our first point.
Hey.
Jericho, when did the X-Men animated series air? What year?
92.
JC.
Oh boy. 90. No. Yeah, 93.
Rob.
What was the question?
What year did the X-Men animated series air?
1992.
Let's see here. We have a tie between Jericho and Rob. I'm gonna need a tiebreaker.
Wait, so are we both wrong?
No, you're both right.
You
guys
both are dead on. I had a
dead
feeling it was
on,
92.
dead
I had
on.
to pick something else.
So I'm going to go with which month did it air?
Oh boy.
Jericho.
May.
Rob,
August.
closest without going over. The answer is October 31st. Rob
Halloween.
gets that
Wow.
point.
Wow.
Suck it.
It's a family show, Rob.
Yep.
Pika Pika.
Oh, that.
He's playing with his Pikachu again. All right, go ahead.
Well played.
Pika.
Said X-Men animated series aired for, I'm not going to say the number of seasons, but how many episodes did air for the animated series in total? JC, start with you.
I'm going to say 120.
Rob,
151, Bob.
you would be Bob in this scenario, just so you know. Jericho.
$1, Bob.
$1?
$1.
The correct answer.
No, wait.
Oh.
No, he already gave you his
You already
answer.
said one.
He said
$1.
You already said
$1.
It was.
Jericho
Dollar.
goes with 1, and the answer is 76. He gets a point.
And my answer was actually going to be 75.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nobody
I own
asked,
the
nobody
I own the
cares.
series. So.
Oh, cheater. I'm just kidding.
Okay, Rob, the X-Men first appeared in X-Men #1. What year did that comic release?
1964.
Jericho,
So for their comic, right?
their comic.
X-Men #1.
#1, X-Men.
I'm going to say 1962.
And JC.
1955.
The correct answer is 1963. Point goes to Jericho.
What a cheater.
I thought it was
We're
like,
sitting right next to him.
yeah.
If anything, you're the cheater.
I bet y'all don't even know what he has on the side of his leg. He's probably got a cheat sheet.
I'm looking, and it's nothing but Nickelodeon characters. In the original #1 comic for the X-Men, how many members, including Professor X, made up the original team? Not any new recruits, the original team.
Am I first?
You're first.
8.
GC
4.
and Rob.
Are we considering Professor X one of the members?
Yes, he just said that.
Hold on, I
Eight.
haven't clarified for any of
Should be disqualified.
including Professor X. How many members did the original team comprise of? Not including new recruits, just the original members of X-Men #1.
Are we including Cyclops? I'm just kidding.
You just pick a damn number.
8.
8. We said 8. That's fine.
It's all good. The correct answer, including Professor X, is 6, and that point goes to JC.
I knew it.
Damn it,
after I said
Jericho,
it, too.
your confident answer misled me.
Blue. What's next?
Just for you fans out there, those members were Professor X, Archangel, Beast, Cyclops, Iceman, and Jean
Yep.
Grey.
Wow.
As soon as I said 8, I was like, nope, that's wrong.
We
I
haven't
was
seen
wrong.
it. We haven't seen Iceman in these new X-Men movies either. So I wonder if it's true.
No,
He
I
came
guess
out in the
you're-
future past.
Did
Days
it
of
really?
Future
Oh,
Past.
in the future. But yeah, not in the
Yeah.
past.
Came out of my freezer.
That's cold. All right.
Nice.
Oh man, this next question will.
Even to a guy like me, that's cold.
Oh man, this next question will start with JC.
We should not be drinking while we do this, but go ahead.
The storyline
I'm drinking
of
Big
the
Red.
Dark Phoenix saga occurred in what year in comics? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
I said that right.
Like when it first started, or when?
When did the Dark Phoenix saga occur in the comic? What year?
Is this including Professor X?
Let's go. Let's go with the year I was born, 1981.
All right.
Ew.
Rob?
1975. I don't know.
Okay.
And Jericho.
I'll go with my year, 86.
Correct answer is 1980. That point goes to Rob.
Oh, man.
What? What are the current scores?
We're
What
all
was
tied
that?
at 2,
We're
actually.
all tied at 2. Oh, you're taking score. Okay, then I can stop doing that then. All
It's
right.
making your job easier, Ted.
This next question goes to Rob. And you will be timed, so you have 5 seconds, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
See.
All right. How many live-action X-Men films have been released since the year 2000, including Dark Phoenix? Go.
Wow. God damn. 12.
All right, and Jericho.
Wait, what?
Jesus.
I was trying to get the timer up.
I had the
Nope.
timer.
That's
I
5
had the
seconds.
timer.
Hey,
Oh, my bad.
he already passed that 5 seconds.
Okay,
Hold
go.
on,
Give
what
me
was the
that
question?
bullshit.
How
Something about
many
movies.
live-action X-Men films have been released since the year 2000, including Dark Phoenix? Go.
8.
And JC, how many films since 2000, including Dark Phoenix?
9.
Correct answer is 9.
Nice.
Including Dark Phoenix is the keyword there.
Yeah, there
Now
you
like dumbass 12 over here.
go. Well, you know what?
God
If you,
damn.
He
if
figured
you-
he's missed so many. There's got to be more than
That's
that.
true.
There
Yeah.
you go. And we are down to our last question.
Ah,
Go. See if I can clinch
Or
it.
you want a chance to catch up, don't you?
I want a chance to beat,
Oh,
to win.
Damn, all right.
Well, not gonna happen.
Well,
Go upstairs, play Mortal Kombat. No.
There you go.
how about we do this?
Like Tina, move.
We'll ask
Second
we'll
seven.
ask this question. JC's either gonna win this game or we're gonna have a tie that we'll need to break. So
Okay.
Uh-oh.
last question. Wolverine first appeared in the Incredible Hulk comic in issue number what? What number issue was that? I believe this first one goes to Rob.
Yeah.
I went first on the last one.
This is Jericho.
Jericho.
Number 181.
JC.
Issue number 50.
And Rob.
Are we still on a time limit?
No,
No.
You're like, hold on, let's Siri.
Okay, so JC said what? 50?
50.
And Jericho said what?
277.
God, I don't know. 100 and... What was JC's again?
50.
50. And Jericho's was
50.
200?
Yeah, 277.
2000.
51, Bob.
51.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
please be
The
careful.
correct answer is 180. You
Missed it by one. He was
that,
one over.
That point goes to
Rob.
Rob. What you're actually thinking is his first full appearance is in
Oh,
181.
Mhm.
His first cameo is actually in 180.
Did you really know that?
It's all good.
Wow. I'm
Okay.
impressed.
My bad.
I've seen a lot of Comic Book Men. That was a great show.
It was a great show. I wish it
wow.
was still on the air. All right, so we have a two-way tie between JC and Rob. So we're gonna go with a tiebreaker question, and you can answer for fun if you like, buddy.
Just gonna go take a nap.
Just for hashtag shits and giggles.
There you
Hashtag
go.
shits and giggles.
Yeah, that's right.
If you get this one dead on, then I will throw you back in the game. How's that? All right. So, final question is number of recruits in a decade for the X-Men
Oh my God.
in the comics. These aren't things you're supposed to know, gentlemen, so don't feel bad.
Oh, okay, good. Because I didn't study.
All right. In the 1970s, which included, I believe that included Wolverine, by the way. How many recruits joined the X-Men team in the 1970s? JC, we'll start with you.
I'm going to say 37.
Rob,
They probably had a caravan of 38.
that's your answer.
Yeah.
And Jericho. How many?
Caravan of 30.
I don't know. I just said 37 thinking of Clerks.
Um,
37 in a row?
I know.
Go ahead.
26.
All you gentlemen are over, actually.
Wow. Jesus. Okay.
So
26 was the lowest.
official X-Men recruits. We're not talking about honorary team members, just official X-Men recruits. Rob, we'll start with you this time. How many recruits in the 1970s joined the X-Men team?
Must have been a smaller caravan of 25.
Jericho
So stupid. I'm gonna say actually 9.
and JC.
10.
Ooh, you're gonna be
The
that
correct answer is 11, giving JC the final point in the
Hell yeah.
game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Finally won one of these damn games. Hell yeah.
All
Boom.
right.
I'm officially announcing my retirement. I'm going out on top.
guy. All right, Bill Murray.
Oh, man.
No, very nice. Well played.
Yeah.
And that was The Geek is Right.
Ta-da.
All right.
That was fun.
And that'll do it for this episode of the Countdown City Geekcast. What did you think of the Pokemon Detective Pikachu trailer? Let us know in the comments below.
I knew it was coming.
Thank you, Pikachu, for including that
Oh my
statement
gosh.
in this show.
Pikachu!
All right. Oh man. What did you think of the X-Men Dark Phoenix trailer? Let us know in the comments. You can also send us a message on Facebook or hit us up on Twitter. Why don't you?
What do you think of the EVO 2019 lineup? Which game are you excited to see? So let us know that too.
There you go.
And I'm excited for that tourney that we're doing. I just can't remember the name. What is it, Rob?
The ultimate tournament of Villain Madness.
Oh man.
TUTOVM.
TUTOVM starts on Monday. Go cast your votes right now. Tell your friends, tell your family, help the characters you want to win get to the next round, and help them become the TUTOVM champion of 2019. It's never gonna sound good like that.
Nope.
All right, for the Countdown City Geekcast, my name is Steady. With me on this fantastic episode are my fellow Geekcasters. First, we got Jericho.
TUTOVM, y'all.
The man, the myth, the legend, JC.
Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. And a special thank you again to Ryan and Andrew from Alamo City Movie Talk for joining me on the Countdown City WrestleCast, our review of Fighting With My Family. Highly recommend the movie. Go check it out.
Check it out on YouTube. And finally, the guy that's been playing with Pikachu all night. It's Rob.
Pika!
I think Pika finished.
I think.
Good night, everybody.
Take it easy.
That was fun.
Hey guys, AJ Nyland here. For more Geekcast episodes, subscribe to us on iTunes or your smart device podcast app. And please, write us a review. Be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Countdown City Geekcast. Follow us on Twitter at ccg_podcast or visit our website at www.countdowncitygeekcast.com. See you later, guys.